If you're a sole trader and you're trying to work out what the right license of Xero that you need, the good news is this video is going to tell you exactly what you need. And I'm on the Xero website just to dive straight into that as well. Quite often Xero runs special offers and they'll have that banner right like it is at the moment, that like 95% off. You might be watching it and that deal's ended, but you might see something. Click the buy now button there or click the pricing. I tend to go through the pricing section because it just takes me through to this really great comparison table where I can see exactly what the different products are. The first thing to point out to you is don't get sort of drawn in here. If we just scroll down a little bit further, we actually have another product called Simple. And this is to kind of encourage people who've maybe not used software before to actually come and let's have a go with Xero, sort of an introductory level product. It's going to do the basics for you. It's going to allow you to enter and kind of create a bank account within the software. Hopefully that's a business bank account and it's got a bank feed on. And that's the first piece of advice is all of these different software options are absolutely great, but they revolve around a bank feed. And a bank feed is actually one of the simplest things that you can do to improve your business. Actually having a dedicated bank account, connecting it up into Xero. So every time you spend on that business debit card or whatever it happens to be that leaves the bank account through backs, for example, it just pulls it into the software. So it doesn't really matter which product you are. The base of reconciliation, which is kind of choosing where things go in the account. So if it's income, does it go into the sales area? If it's an expense, does it go into cost of goods sold? Is it rent? Is it accountancy fees? It's just putting it in the right place, isn't it? What is the real difference between kind of that Simple that we've got there and these other products that we've got at the top? And for my view is on sole traders is the additional functionality that you're going to get. Xero have put within the Simple product that, there we are, send invoices and quotes. You can capture bills with receipts. There's a couple of things that it doesn't actually say, is it's very limited on the number of invoices and quotes that you can send. And if you are a painter and decorator or a gas engineer or someone like that, you're probably going to be sending more than those kind of that designated number of quotes, which is very, very low. And actually, while yes, you can capture your stuff on HubDoc, you can't really do much on the purchase side within the Xero as well. And that's really where you want to probably, I think, if you're a sole trader, actually the best place to start is probably the Ignite or Grow edition. And the key thing to bring to your attention here is this line here, which says send invoices and quotes. So send quotes and invoices 20 a month is what we're talking about there. Most tradespeople, for example, probably do more than 10 quotes, for example, in a month, but they might not send more than 20. All of these products that I'm looking at here are VAT ready, I suppose. You don't have to be VAT registered to use them, but they will absolutely support VAT. But that's something that's not true of that Simple product. I know there are a lot of sole traders who are VAT registered, so the Simple product, if you're VAT registered, probably isn't for you. The thing that I really like about this sending invoices and quotes thing is I deal with so many sole traders who are using a Word document or a handwritten piece of paper to provide a quote or writing it in an email. And then the client comes back and says, yeah, we're happy to go ahead. They do the work. And then they're like, oh God, where did I put that quote? And they're looking through their emails, trying to find the information, and then they have to go into the separate Word document. Then they draw up an invoice, and then they email it out to the client, and then they're like, "Hey, I'm not sure I got paid for that." And then they're looking around to trying to work out that. This is just so much of a waste of time, and this is where I think it's so important with software, and we've got this huge opportunity. It's so exciting that actually we can have all this in one place. And I showed a painter and decorator this morning. He's doing some work in my house, and I said, look, you can go into Xero, you can draw up a quote. It then creates a list of all of the quotes that you've got. So it's one place to follow them all up. And then if someone accepts it, you can just click a button. They've accepted it. You can create the invoice there and then. I mean, isn't that amazing? I just send it out to the client. And he was almost blown away. He's like, oh, hang on a minute, I'm doing some quotes on text message, some on email, and then I've been going into a Word document to kind of create them, and then I email them out, and then I forget who needs to pay me money. just get rid of all of that. And the great thing is obviously every time you send an invoice out, it's creating a list. In the accountancy world, we call those the debtors. But there's a button, and you can go send statements. You can have automated email reminders. I mean, this is game changing for a lot of sole traders. And that's why I think some of these higher end products like the Ignite and Grow product, Comprehensive Ultimate, for most sole traders, these aren't really appropriate. I've dealt with one or two where they're dealing with multi-currency, and that's maybe where we would reach for the comprehensive product. Ultimate tends to, it's multi-currency and it's got loads of other stuff that you will never really use. So it's really this Ignite and Grow that are of interest to sole traders. Again, let's just a little bit more comparison of Ignite and Grow. I was talking about in that simple edition that it doesn't really do bills, and you can see even the Ignite product only does 10 bills. And that's where you're wanting to keep a list of all of the people that you want to pay within the account software and enter all of those invoices. Now, if you're a VAT registered business and operating as a sole trader, you're probably going to have more than 10 of those. And again, you're probably wanting to reach up to the Grow product. It's probably more applicable because you're sending more than 20 quotes and invoices. You've probably got more than 10 purchase bills. And I mean, all of these products come with a fantastic little product that's HubDoc, called HubDoc. HubDoc is receipt scanning software. You take a picture of it and it enters it in as if by magic. And I think it's a great product, great thing that Xero are including. But one of the things I really like about Xero is it makes reconciliation super simple, and they're even bringing these clever bits of things like auto reconcile, which I don't really know how it works. I'm guessing it's AI. It kind of learns and you can turn it on and auto reconcile your stuff. And it's still in beta. I've been having a bit of a play the other day. I imported a client's bank statement. He doesn't have it on a feed. I manually imported it. And about 2 minutes later, it was like, it's auto reconciled 180 bank lines, which was a bit mind blowing for me to just think, hang on, that just saved me 10 minutes of work. So there's some really, really good features within Xero. So my key advice to take away from today, though, is maybe start the basic one, either on the simple plan or the Ignite, hit the limits, and then upgrade, and then hopefully you will be on the right thing. Now, you probably might be thinking, well, hang on a minute, I've already chosen, or I kind of roughly know what I'm going. Well, setting this stuff up is going to be a bit of a minefield. Well, thankfully, I've got a Xero walkthrough video that's going to take you through, as a sole trader, how you need to set this up. It'll take you through kind of how you put your invoices, your logo in, where to put your bank details, how to integrate your bank feed, how to go and find those reports. And that's flashing up on screen now. So make sure you do go and have a look at that video and really make sure you're set up correctly. I think getting set up correctly will make this just feel so much easier. If we're coming to the end of the quarter and we've got loads of mess, we haven't set up properly, things aren't working, it's going to make the Making Tax Digital thing feel really, really tough. Whereas actually, if we get this right straight away, then it's going to make Making Tax Digital a dream. We're going to log in and go, oh, do you know what? 5 minutes later, I've reconciled everything. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to submit. Yeah, let's do it. That's going to make it feel great. Then the better question to ask is, do you know what? I think I might be able to run a profit and loss and see how my business is performing and actually make some really informed business decisions. Anyway, make sure you watch that setup guide, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for listening. Bye.